Giants Nation, buckle up, because we're diving into a pivotal moment in our journey this season. The New York Giants have just begun the painful process of trimming down their roster to the 53-man regular season limit, releasing 12 players. And let me tell you, this isn't just about numbers, it's about dreams, dedication, and the harsh reality of the NFL. But before we get into it, if you're a die-hard Giants fan, make sure you're subscribed to Big Blue News. We're your go-to source for daily engaging content on all things Big Blue. Help us reach our goal of 2,000 subscribers this offseason by hitting that subscribe button now. Among those released was offensive lineman Marcus McKethan, a name some of you might recognize. Drafted in the 5th round just last year, McKethan was seen as a potential cornerstone for our offensive line. But as we all know, the NFL is a "what have you done for me lately" league, and despite the promise he showed, the decision was made to let him go. This move raises the stakes for the remaining players who know that nothing is guaranteed in this game. But McKethan isn't the only player whose journey with the Giants has come to an end. Running back Joshua Kelly, who was signed just 10 days ago, found himself on the chopping block. Imagine the whirlwind, signing with a new team, getting your hopes up, only to find yourself packing your bags again in less than 2 weeks. It's a reminder of how brutally competitive this league is and how quickly things can change. Let's talk about the pain point here. As fans, we see these players on the field, and we invest in their potential. We cheer them on, hoping they'll be the next breakout star. But when they're cut, it's not just a statistic, it's a gut punch. We feel the disappointment, the what-ifs, and the reality that building a championship team means making some really tough choices. Cornerbacks Breon Borders and Christian Holmes, along with defensive tackle Timmy Horne, were also among those cut. Borders and Holmes both brought NFL experience, but the depth at their positions meant that the coaching staff had to make the hard call. For Horne, the situation was even more heartbreaking. He suffered a torn Achilles tendon on his very first play from scrimmage in the preseason. After putting in all that work to have his season cut short in such a cruel way, it's tough to swallow. So, where does this leave the Giants? With 78 players still vying for a spot and just days left to make those final 25 cuts, the competition is fiercer than ever. Every practice, every play, every rep matters. The coaching staff isn't just looking at skill, they're looking at heart, grit, and the ability to rise when the pressure is at its highest. Now, here's the silver lining. The solution, if you will. The players who survive these cuts will be battle-tested. They'll have proven that they belong on this roster, not just because of their talent, but because of their resilience. And that's what we need this season. Players who won't back down when things get tough, players who are ready to fight for every yard, every tackle, every win. So, Giants fans, as we watch these final cuts unfold, let's remember that while it's tough to see some players go, these decisions are made with one goal in mind: building a team that can win. And as hard as it is, it's part of the process that brings us closer to where we want to be, back in the playoffs and who knows, maybe even beyond. Stick with us as we navigate these final days of roster decisions. The journey is just beginning, and you won't want to miss a moment of it. Go Giants!